Alright, hello there, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Sanderbuck. How you doing? Set everything up? I think I did. There's sound. Yeah, let's see, yeah. I think that's everything ready. Up. Yeah, even that changed. Nice. I actually did something. You're doing good? Hey, that's nice to hear. Welcome in. I was a little bit weirded out because I saw somebody who followed out like 4 days ago. But after I did my stream, so I was like, how did you get here? Did you get it from Tess? Tess, she sent you? I had to stretch for a minute. Alright, hang on. Before I do anything else, let me test if anything I made broke. There we go. I was wondering how you found me, because you only followed after last. Oh wait, no, you're toilet paper. I'm sorry, my brain's a shambles. Oh god, I'm sorry, that took me a while. How you doing? Been playing some Enlisted lately? Having some fun? Wait, how did I do that again? Cargo run, there we go. Wanna see? No, hang on. Nothing will work because I have a lot of errors in my code. From the raid I did. Oh, it's from Tessie. You came in from Tasmania. Tessie. I'm sorry, my brain is absolutely in shambles. It's been a long day. Let's see. Alright, that's yeah, that's some random ass warnings. And everything's broken. Oh no. Why is everything broken? Did I do a little oopsie? The colorblind man. Yeah, that's the one. We all love the colorblind man here. What's going on? Why am I getting errors? By the way, you probably don't know who I am. As you might have noticed, I'm Uklik. I play a lot of Enlisted and I do some coding on stream because I think it's fun to do. Wooklook, Mr. Avawees? Avawees? How you doing, guys? How's it going? I'm getting errors. My code doesn't want to work. And I don't know why not. What's going on? Main panicked. Over here. Could not parse. Config file. Error. Expected that or that. Nani? Holy shit. Thank you so much for the sub, Ace. It's not working. Why are my notifications not working? I think that's rude. I think that's very rude and I don't get it. Because every time I test them, they do work. Yeah, this should be. Hang on, let me just test. That should be it. Why is this working? That's so rude. Hang on, am I missing something? Add Twitch. Channels? No. Channel goal? No. Reward. No channel, right? No. Subscriptions? Gift boom, gift paid update, gift subscription, pay it forward, prime sub, resub. Hang on. Oh my lord. Apparently resubscriptions are a different trigger from normal subscriptions. I don't know why it didn't work, Ace, but I do highly appreciate it. Thank you for that. If I make it myself, it will be better, right? That's the ID. It's not true, but it is the ID. Alright, hang on. Could not parse config file, error expected comma, or that little icon somewhere. Line 5.5. I'm gonna open this on my side window because this does contain passwords and it's probably not smart to stream your password. At least that's what I've been told. I'm just gonna have a little look at it. It's over here and then it should be in there. What do we have in here? There's a config.json. Let me just open that. So it's missing a comma. Oh yeah, it does miss a comma. There it is. I found it. Let's do that again. Please not crash again. I'd be so sad if it crashed again. No, it works. So now if I do followage, it should give me a warning that I can't follow myself. You need to be a follower to get a followage. Nice. Alright, so it's as much in shambles as I left it, which is exactly what I wanted. So now it's time for the next part of this stupid project, which is actually getting something on the stream using OBS. That's not it, right? It can't just can only be used in an async that returns. Okay. Hang on. We can hack around this. If I just do like make a new async function. Things not working. Things are never working if I'm making them. Actually, overall, they should be kind of working. Like I started this project a little bit ago. I think like 1.5 months ago, maybe 2 months by now. And it was to program my own like Twitch bot for my channel. Because I thought it'd be fun to make. And so far I got something working. Literally the only thing I got working is follow age. But it's working and I made it myself. So if you type !follow age, you should get some kind of how long you're following. I don't know if I actually finished up like calculating how long ago it was. But it should tell you something at least. Alright, let's see. If I do this, then I just go over here. I grab all these lines and I put them down here. You should be like this. You should be like this. And over here we just type OK. No semicolon. Oh, okay, with something in it. No method name scenes found for std result. What? Nani? Anyhow result. What the heck is anyhow result? Whatever. Any use? Anyhow result. Save it. Unresolved import anyhow. I will get a hydrate, Mr. Ace. There we go. I'm missing an import, it seems. So we just go over here. We stop this and we say cargo add anyhow. All right, that's less errors. No method found. General found for Indian result in the current. No method name general found for Indian std result. Alright, but we're not using a normal std result. We're using client. We should get the client, right? It's an OBWS client, whatever the heck that means. Client. let's see what's in here. The client should have connect with config, connect. It does have all that stuff, it seems. Client.general, client connect to all of that. Okay, so that we're doing. Over here, client. Oh wait, I forgot the little question mark over here. That might make all the... Yeah, there we go. Imagine forgetting question mark. How could I? So theoretically, now, if I go test dot await, it should show me a list of scenes that I have in my OBS. Alright. Let's see if we get... Oh, no, I don't want to add that again. Wait, what? Unused restock does not generate for statements. Alright, I don't get a list of what I expect. Unused, must use, unused, variant, result. No, I can't do that. I'm already in an async. Okay, would expect it to do something over here. So what if I just debug the client, like check whatever result that is, and then we say okay. And we just stop the function. Client doesn't implement debug. Debug's not implemented. Okay, so I can't do that apparently. Hmm. So that should get rid of the error at least. Yeah. We don't want this. Alright, so theoretically this should do something. But, But I can't do this. Client doesn't implement standard format debug. Okay. So if we go print line, just whatever, and it's client, can we do that? Oh yeah, I should add some little ampersands around that. No, that's not an ampersand. Matching includes the limiter. Oh, because I'm not the smartest tool in the shed. There we go. Like this. Client doesn't implement debug. Alright, that's very interesting. Alright, so if we just not do the whole Twitch stuff right now, we don't need it and it's just confusing our log. So get that out of there. Run it again. Unused result that must be used. Yeah, there's a bunch of warning about other stuff. WebSockets. Alright, so it does do something. Print line test. Do we get like the first line? Let's see. Alright, we do get the first line. I have a suspicion that we are not gonna get the second line. Let me just put that over there, and then we say over here, print line test 2. Almost like something is going wrong with the connection we're trying to make. Yeah, okay. Oh, no. Alright, so is wait. Expect error, calls a function with a reference contained if value error. Map error by applying function. No, I don't want to do anything. I just want to log the error, honestly. Convert from result to option E. Convert self into an option E consuming self and discarding success value if any. Returns true if the result was error. Okay. If this is an error, we just print line R. Oh, I forgot my quotation marks again. Okay, let's see. I'm fully expecting it to be R now. Yeah, there we go. It is R. So mute config get OBS password. Okay, now the question is, what is the error? Inspect error, result, calls the function with the reference. I don't want to call a function, I just want to log the damn error. Converts that to option E, convert self, option E, consuming self. Third equal error none. What if we just do R? And we debug. We just want to get this out. Let's see if we get anything there. Dun, dun, dun. Connection refused. Okay, that's something. Doesn't tell us a lot, but it does tell us something. Question is, why is the connection refused? Open my OBS settings. WebSocket settings, there we go. Port number should be 4455. On localhost, yeah, it's the same machine, so it better. No connection error. Yeah, I'm sure I want to show my connection. Hang on, is that my local IP address? Let me just, if config, ipconfig, IP, IPv4, no, what is it again? Let me just start, IP -4, there we go, no. IP, address, -4. What -4 is I know, alright, just IP address? There we go. Not localhost, right? It's not all localhost. Whoops. Let's see. You should just be giving us a string. Just a normal, boring ass string. Okay. That's fine. We just paste it into client connect. And why isn't it working? Connect. It wants a host, it wants a port, and it wants a password. Yes. That should all be fine. We're giving it everything, I think. Errors return error timeout of connection. It can be established in 30 seconds. Okay, that's not the case here. It just immediately fails with couldn't make a connection. That's interesting. Alright, I'm just gonna like this is not available to the public, so it doesn't really matter if I just absolutely paste my password in here. So we're just gonna do that. Because this just generates password. I'm only using it for this. There we go. Save it? Is this? Hang on. Oh, yeah, there we go. Expected option, found a string. Okay, so we just give it a little sum. There we go. And then we run it. If I can find my run. There's my run. Connection refused. Okay, interesting. That's not... It might be that, but it's not necessarily that. Okay, interesting. OBS WebSocket connection refused. Why are you not allowing me a WebSocket connection? Not being allowed for the firewall. It's same machine, mate. Delete all WebSocket plugin. Read downloads is built in as of v28. Don't need to play this. No. Okay. Well, that doesn't seem to be it. Do we get a log? Hang on. Does OBS tell me anything about it? What's happening with the show connection info? It doesn't show me a log. Let's check out. Enable debugging login. There we go. 23 minutes watching me fix. If you stay watching, you'll probably watching me try to fix for hours, because that's usually how this goes down. Okay. Where do I find the errors? Oh, I mean, honestly, that's... Oh, shit. I didn't mean to close that off. Whoops. That's how, like, 90% of web development goes. Yes, you're spending a lot of time, or just developments in general, you're spending a lot of time trying to fix whatever. Just fix any little issue. OBS, WebSocket, find logs. Leaks? Logs. Alright. There's a page. Ah, it's a web page. Easiest way... WebSocket server keeps resetting. Wanna find some log files, man. OBS WebSocket does not show within tools, keeps resetting. Where to find OBS WebSocket logs. WebSocket doesn't show within tools. Hold on, I saw something about log files. Please paste the log with your issue. Here's how. Alright, let's go, OBS. WebSocket. God damn it, it's just generic logs. Install the plugins. Don't care. One log file. Thanks for helping with the log. Okay. Log files. Upload previous log. Oh wait, there's a help menu logs. Okay, hang on. Help. Log files. Oh, log. Alright, there we go. That's log files. Yeet. What is the latest one? This latest one. Alright. So what do we have here? Audio is lagging at max audio buffer. Restarting audio source. Huh. That's weird. Apparently there's problems with my audio sources. Okay. Do we have something about sockets? Sockets and buffer. No. OBS WebSockets. You can has WebSockets. Thank you very much. Qt version. WebSocket server is starting. Server starts successfully on this port. Might be this local IP address. I think it is. That's my local IP. Alright, so what if instead of... Right now we're trying it with localhost. What if we just try this? So we copy that. We paste it here. We remove the localhost. And let's go again. But yeah, web development... I don't know why I keep saying web development. It's just... Okay, apparently I can't use localhost. No, you can just close yourself. Like 95% of development is alright. Why doesn't it work? How do I find out why it ain't working? And sometimes it's as stupid as, oh, you have to write the IP address of the computer you're on instead of just localhost and letting others figure it out. Alright, anyway, we have some files. Well, files, we have some information. Is it? Alright, let me just copy this. Get this back. Paste it. Alright, so this is what we're working with. This is the information we have. Available requests. That's pretty good. Supported image formats. And a list of different scenes. Alright, that's pretty good. These are indeed the scenes I have set up in my OBS. Now the question is, where's the one that I want? I think this is the one I want first. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna save this in the variable. Let's overlay scene ID equals this one. Alright, so that's the start. So we have that. Then the next question is, what can we learn from that scene? Can we get the scene? Like, we have the scenes. Okay. That current scene, list scenes. That's what we just used to list all the scenes. Scene list, there we go. Current program scene, set current program scene. This is about changing scenes. We don't want to do that. We don't want to create or remove. We don't want to make transitions. I want to see what's in the scene. That's my thingy. Scene items. Extract scene items. How do we get the scene items? The items that are in a scene. Let's see. I'd argue you'd have to like jump from scene to scene items, right? You get the scene, and this is about all the scenes though. That current, okay, interesting. Let's go back to base. Modules. Oh, down here we have the client, client to the OBS WebSocket main entry point. Common is for common data structure between request response events. Docs for additional documentation. Might have to look into it later. We have something about error types. Events that we can do. Requests we can send to the API. And response we can get from the API. I think client probably has the best chance. What's in here? Mapping from OBS WebSocket to OBWS. This is just some explanation on how stuff works and what in OBS WebSockets does OBWS refer to? Okay. That doesn't really matter. General function of the API, hotkeys, inputs, outputs, records, scene collection, scene items. Can I get a list of all items in a scene? Ah, hang on. Okay, so hold on. Theoretically, I can do something like client.scene underscore items dot that's for scene and search returns SID dot list, because I want to list out all the things that are in overlay scene ID. And I want to print, hold on. I want to print these out. Let's just see what's in there. Oh no, format oh yeah, hold on. That's my bad. So we're doing this. Just typing some magical characters there that will not work. God dang it. Expected scene ID. Why do you expect something special? Aren't you just... Okay. So I have to go through the scene list. Okay. So we grab the scene list. We have a list of all the scenes. Scenes. Oh shit! It's okay. It's add time. I forgot about the add time. In the meantime, I can look up some basic shit. The most basic shit I should know, but definitely don't. Find item in vector Rust. Finding and removing an element in a vec, searching for iterators. Searching for iterators, that sounds promising. Is this... We can iterate, right? Can we iterate over this? Dot iter. There we go. Find takes itself, meaning calling it may be board and modified if not. Find gives you the reference. You want the index of the item. Use iter position. Excuse me. Iter find rest. And we're back. Okay, in the meantime, I did an embarrassing search and I actually found out how I get things out of a list in Rust. I didn't know that, which made me feel a little bit stupid. Alright, so over here, God, how does the syntax work? Yeah, it's like this. You do 2 pipelines. You make a en passant element. I guess I should call it a scene because we're like looping over scenes. Then we say scene dot. You have a name? You should have a name, right? What do the scenes have? Should be like down here. Scene ID name. Oh, it's scene dot ID dot name. So if it is ns space alerts. And that should be a result. So I think we can match. Ah, there was a shorthand for that. Hang on. I used a shorthand. I just absolutely forgot what it was. I think it was in the Twitch thingy. Something with Twitch. Twitch handlers. If let okay. Yeah. If let okay. That's the one. That's what I was looking for. Because we can say, if let scene equals that. I didn't need to do the little bracket over there. Alright, if it does, then what? Oh, then we can go over here and we say print line scene. Save it. Format must be a string literal. Yes, that's correct. I needed to do this so I can replace it. If refutable, if let pattern, this pattern will always match, so the if let's useless. Why will it always match? We don't always have a result. We don't have a guaranteed result. What's it talking about? One irrefutable by default. Alright, anyway, let's just see what it actually does give back. Oh, maybe I should have removed this print line. And that one. Alright, it returns some scene. Find the exclusive returns true or false that applies close to each element of the iterator, and if any of them return true, then find returns some element. If they all return false, it returns none. If let for some rust. Alright, what's going? No way, I'm not gonna use Google. I work on Raspberry with yeah, if X in that, if let some X is that. Instead, what if let into is a pattern matching if. Okay. What is some X doing? The shorthand for writing a full match statement where you only care about matching a single use case. That's what we're doing. That's where we are. Oh, should it be like some? If let some scene? Yeah, because now it knows what to do if it returns a non there. That wasn't that hard, was it? He said very confidently after screwing it up 5 times. Alright, so we get this little scene back. We get a little index back, I think. Anyway, we have the scene. So then we should be able to go client.scene items dot how did we get scene items again? Yeah, you want a scene ID? What's a scene ID? Scene item. Scene ID. Scene item. Scene items. Dot list. And then you need to scene that scene ID, so we can scene.id to scene ID. And if we print that one out, we actually get back with the one. Don't care about scene anymore. I think you also need to be no. Client. You might be missing a string literal to form it. Oh yeah, I do. Again, that's like the 4th time in a row I forgot to do that. Alright. Mismatch, expected, scene ID. Alright, I don't get how I get from a scene ID to that. In future outputs, arguments to this method are incorrect, doesn't implement debug. Okay, we can also await this, that's fine. But I don't think that will help our cause. Scene ID, expected scene ID. Alright, what does that mean? Just what does mean? Count in ducks, what does this mean? Normally you donate a lifetime as that. A is notation saying that item is elided. Compiler infer what the God. There's something to do with lifetimes which scares me. Normally, if you use the angle bracket when something is generic over something else, you're telling vecti means the vector type is generic over type t, and vacu8 means we're telling compiler, hey, I want you to substate t. Okay, yeah. As well as type, you can also be generic over lifetimes. So lines thingy source is valid syntax, and say we got a line subject, which must be alive, for some lifetime source. Nee? It doesn't help. That doesn't fucking help. God damn it. Okay. Hang on. We can do this. I believe. When a lifetime parameter is early bound at axon... no, I'm sorry. That doesn't work. What the heck? Go into on this expression to convert... Into. I don't know if it's the compiler telling me, you know, it can't be wrong. Yeah, move out of scene, which is behind the shared reference. Alright, hang on. What if we definitely need to borrow scene? That's for sure. Okay. We can borrow it there. So we go scene. Oh, no. No. So we go to scene. Yeah. Then we say to owned. And then we get the ID. And then we move all of that into whatever we need. Okay. Beautiful. What does it give us? We're actually printing it, right? Yeah, we are printing it. Okay. Okay. So that's something. Let's go back to Notepad. Paste this in. Oh, can I just in case also just unwrap it? Just to give us a bit of a nicer output. Boom. Well, I said nicer. Gotta be honest, it's not that much nicer. Alright, copy. Paste. This is what we have. We have a scene item with ID index, a source name, a source input, an input kind. If group. Is group. Excuse me. Okay. So basically these are all the things that we need. These are all the items that are in there. Some image source is group. I'm just gonna add some little enters. Source is name, input type. Oh yeah, right. Hold on, I know what these are. Like each of these is an image. If something happened, if there's a rate, if there's a cheer, if there's a sub, if there's a follow. And they all use this one name where I just paste the name of the person in. So somebody follows, it will paste the name in here. Then it will show the image. Where is it? SB follow. And it showed the name. That's why it works like this. Okay. Woo. Figured that one out. Now what I'm gonna do is hang on, stream's gonna go dark for like a second because I wanna add something new over here. I want a actually I just want a little text thingy. Where is it? Why am I blind? Just text. Text. There it is. So my goal right now is to get the last chat message that's sent and show it in here. Get test. There we go. It can be a bit smaller. Faculty can be low. Arial select Arial like this. Fuck it. Oh no. So I make a little bit bigger. When enlisted, not today, Mr. Zaha. Not today. We don't even have anything right now. Because I'm trying to do something and it ain't working. Because I'm not very good at it, Mr. Zaha. Hang on, 1 second, 1 second. What's this and why is... I don't know what I did to do that. Hang on, and I can fix this. We can fix this. Also, the screen isn't black. You got my face there. Why is it flipped? Why are you flipped? Why is it? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna remove that. Yeah, we're gonna delete that. Gonna add a new one. Add the source. Gonna be a text. Gonna call it chat. I'm gonna type chat. I'm gonna make the font a little bit smaller. Just want it at 12 pixels. Why are you ruining? Damn it, suddenly it's like full screen size. I don't know why. I do not know why. Alright, there it is. Just make it like... Get over here. Don't need to be this big. I don't know why it scales. Why are proportions locked? Whatever. It's there. It's there. We'll try to get like a chat message in there. That's my goal for this whole fucking stream. I'm gonna be so happy if I do it. All right, we're so back. So back. How you doing, Zaha? I'm sorry. I was distracted and a little bit annoyed that it didn't work the way I wanted to. Let's see if we run this. There should be another one. These are all the items in that scene. Copy it, paste it in here. When enlisted? Not today. That's all the answer I have for you. Sorry, man. The answer is not today. Okay, where the fuck is my chat? You have an image source, follow, name. I'm missing chat. Where's chat? Why no enlisted today? I wanted to get this done. I wanted to do programming. I don't really know what else you expect me to say. I want to do programming. So that's why no enlisted today. Wait. I'm asking alerts. It's not an alerts, it's an overlay. My lord. I'm so smart. I'm so good at this. I know exactly what I'm doing all the fucking time. You program every day? Yes, I do. Ain't that a blessed life, Zaha? Ain't that just the best life one could ever imagine? I also play enlisted every day, so that program is kind of... That argument's kind of moot. Also, are the events over? I think they are, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. Okay. Here's another scene item. I'm just gonna try to move out all these scene items in like a different row so I can actually see them. You do not play enlisted every day. It's close enough. I also don't program every day. You know, I get weekends. There's still a few that let... No? I got my, the BR4 plane. I got it yesterday. I don't know what you're going on about. I also got all my liberators, which is exactly what I needed. Nobody needs those damn liberators, man. Alright, here we go. There's one scene. Oh god, I forgot one. I forgot one. Here they are. Okay. So we got a... There we go. Scene item 1. Scene item 2. Scene item 3. Scene item 4. Scene item 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you got every reward if you were up to date, but less events still technically less. Yeah, but it's not rolling over today. I believe. No, it's rolling over in 2 days. It rolled over yesterday, right? So I can do that tomorrow. That's fine. Alright, hang on. We get a scene list. Then next step is to get the correct scene item. If let sum scene underscore item equals scene... Oh my lord, this is gonna... Alright, let's grab this one. Paste it there. Fix the typo. Dot iter dot find element. Still fixing? I mean, technically we're on to the next problem. Like, I actually got connection to OBS now, so I got a list of all the items that are in my one scene, and now I need to find the one that's called chat, which is the little chat thingy that you see on screen, like somewhere to the right, like behind, in front of the text I just selected. But we're making progress. It's always, as long as I'm making progress, I'm usually happy. Alright, so over here we have the item, then we go item. Item? Hello? Oh wait, no, I'm going too fast. Right, hold on. Because if let's list into scene to owned id dot away dot alright. So if let this should be item list equals this. We can just remove this line. We're doing all this. We're gonna get we have the scene that we want. Then we get with all the items from the scene in a list. Yes. If let some item list equals that, then we're gonna just print them out. Print them out for now. We're just gonna show item underscore list. Save it. See if there's there we go. That's the errors. This expression has type result, fact, scene item, or errors, mismatched. Oh, you should be okay. If you don't have an error, we can continue and get a list of all the items in there. And that should be happening with this. Yeah, there we go. That's a list of the items. And then we can find the item that we want. Find. No, it's item underscore list. We want to get an iterable. Then we want to find something in that. And we're going to look for each. This is item dot. Oh wait, you need to be like that. Item dot. Why don't you have anything? Why can't I ask something for? Item. We have a list of items. We want to loop over that, and we're passing this. Can I not access anything from here? That'd be really strange, right? Let's see. We have a list. We have a list of items. Where is it? Scene items. There we go. We have a list of scene items. You should be. Item list, fact, response, scene item. Yes. But what are you? Or not? I would expect. Hang on, let me walk through the logic here again, because I'm doing the same over here, so I'm a little bit confused. Oh, wait. No, we're getting scene. Oh, wait. We're getting items. Items dot. No. Item underscore list dot. What can we do with it? You're just a list of scene items. Alright, so we can loop vec rest. We have a vector, which is basically an array, or theoretically. Find in vec rest. Searching for iterators. Oh, that's Your list of scene items. Why can I not iter over you? That's my big question. Item list dot iter. Alright, so we iterate over these. Iter with nothing and a scene item. We should be able to find something in there. But if I do this, you don't know item. That's what's confusing me. Oh, I don't need to do like the thingy I did. We can item dot source name, source underscore name equals chat. Wait, did I use a capital there? I did use a capital. There we go. If let some get underscore item. No, we're just gonna call chat. If chat equals that, we print chat. Alright, there's no errors. Okay, that's good, that's good. So now we should get one item that's named chat, and that's a text item. Scene item, ID 21, index 7, source name chat. Let's go. Source type input. Input guide, some text, whatever the heck that is. Okay, okay, okay. Alright, so that's a really good step forward. Because now we are able to find that one item that says chat in there. And now, alright, so we're at the item. We got the item, we got the scene item. Scene underscore item. And the scene item, we want to edit it. We want to change it. We want to change something about it. Namely what's in there. Oof. First of all, there's ads starting up. I do need to go to the toilet, so I'll be right back after the ads. Oh, lovely. Chat's still there. Well, enjoy the chat on the BRB. Ah, that's perfect timing. Thank you for the follow, Isaac. I highly appreciate it. How do you do? I am struggling, as usual, whenever I do rest. Guess I'm not very good at rest. There we go. Alright, where are we? We get the object we want. We get the list item we want. Now we want to edit it. How do we... I don't think it's transform. Transforming is more to do with... yeah, changing how it looks, changing how it is, cropping it, that kind of stuff. We don't want to do that. We want to change input. I think it has something to do with that input thing. Inputs. AP functions related to inputs. Into text error? No, thank you. Don't want errors. Oh no, this is just the inputs that are in OBS. Media inputs. Outputs is not what we want. Scene items. Scene items. We can dub. Maybe it is transform. Alignments, bound type, crop item. Hang on, the most useful thing would probably be looking at scene items. What can we do with the scene item? We have public, source name, source type, input kind, and is group. Okay. We can serialize and deserialize them. They implement debug, which is nice. We can hash stuff, but I don't care about the implementations. Auto trades, blanket implementation. No, trade implementations, fields. Send, unpin, unwind, borrow same into... that doesn't really look like what we want to do. Okay, this isn't too helpful. What's it called in OBS? If I... let's say I want to edit... hang on. Screen's gonna go black for us. I looked at the wrong one. There we go. So if I want to change this text, could be right mouse button, name, is it properties? It's in property. Okay. So can we get the properties of this? Is there something for prop? No. Okay. So that's not it. Source name, source type. You return a source type? Okay. I think you're an input technically. Input source from outside? No. Translation, scene. Kind of source that is represented by a source item, but you're none of these. You're a thing inside OBS. Source name, source type, input kind. Only present if this is a source input. Well, source type input. Okay. Alright, so what if I... Oh, I didn't want to close that. Oh, never mind, I did want to close that. Let's go. So, OBWS. Text GDI plus underscore v3. No, I do want to use the W. Oh, there are no results. If I just go change text. Oh, it's not there. Okay. Do they have an example for this? I doubt they do, but examples. Iter scene screenshots simple. There are several examples that show how to use OBWS, require authentication, very basic examples show how to connect, log in and print that current version number. Yeah. Iter scenes, get list of all scenes. Alright, what's event? Client connects. Then over here we have client.events. What are events? Might not exactly be what we're looking for, but I still want to know. OBWS. Events. All events that can be received from the API. But that's getting in. Basic scene item, volume input meter, and scene. Alright, that's probably not it. All requests that can be... Alright, what can we send? Config. Request... Ooh. Custom structs for use in various requests that accepts a generic parameter. These structs are not part of the OBS WebSocket. Try to where API stops. Interesting. Request related to scene items. Request information is part of... what's in here? Source settings. What's in source settings? Color source, color builder, fonts. Single part is a slideshow, AV capture, color range, slide transition, video rate. Okay, that's not exactly. The font settings are interesting. That has to do something with text. Setting specific to a free type 2 text source. That's not what we're working with. Working with the other thing. What's it called again? Oh wait, it's probably in this history. Let's see. GDI plus v3. But request. AV capture, browser source. Core audio input, display capture, video source, fonts, frame rater, image source, resolution, slideshows. Use build syntax to set the inputs and finish with build. Okay. Over here we have module scene items. What's in here? We have use builder syntax to get the inputs and finish with build. What's in here? ID builder. Search offset, source, scene, build. Maybe search offset. Nah, that doesn't look like what we're looking for. Enabled index, logged private settings. You get information from scene items, set private settings. What's the private settings? Item ID and their settings. Okay, that's interesting. Can I get private settings? Because this is for requests. So there should also be a response. Logically. All responses can be received from the API. General inputs, media, outputs, profiles, scene items. Yeah, there we go again. We get scene item. No, this is. Oh wait, this is a response scene item. Set private settings, object of settings to apply. So item underscore ID. There's an item ID. Alright, so let's just give it a willy. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. So if I do OBWS request can be sent to the API. Right, but how do I send one? Source scene as settings. Skill scene items. It's not a transform. No, that has to do with positions. That enables, that looks at private settings. I think it should be like the set private settings builder. Use builder syntax to set the inputs and finish with builds. Okay. What's a build? Rust builder syntax. Builder, Rust design patterns. Construction object with calls to a builder helper. Alright, so we have a builder. Set foo from builder, foo builder, new dot name dot build. Alright, so theoretically, let's just test this out. Scene item in responses. Response value from that and that. No, but it's we should probably be looking at the request. Set private settings builder. Build set the inputs and finish with build. Alright, so theoretically, we should be going OBWS. Where are you? Requests. Requests. Scene underscore items. Set private settings builder. Request information for create client scene item set private settings. Alright, but they're talking about set private settings builder here. This in requests. Can I go like build? No? From? Alright, interesting. I feel like we're getting very close here. What if we just go to the normal one? If we just go to the set private settings? Request information for that. This is a request, yeah. Alright, let's first of all just use a use for this. Use this. Then we just remove all these new lines. We add a semicolon at the end. And then over here we should be able to go let settings. That's gonna be a set private settings. And that's gonna go scene's gonna be into scene dot to owned. Then we have the item ID that's gonna be Yes, dot item. What? Oh, sorry. Ampersand. No. It should be item dot item. Oh no, it should be chat. Chat dot ID. All right, and then we go settings. I don't know what should be in settings. All right, it's gonna give quite a bit of errors. Might have forgotten add struct literal inside the block. Hmm. There anybody who used this? Please tell me there's somebody on GitHub that uses this. No? Oh no. The results with. No, god damn it. BWS GitHub? No? Nobody? Nobody ever used this? And put it online? Kinda rude. Wait, should you have a semicolon? Alright, well, evidently that wasn't it. Alright, let's see. We can maybe pinch it together from seeing how we sent the request. Connector config configuration to a connection. Alright, we have a client. We're working with a client here. Connect, disconnect, event filters, general, media outputs, profiles. Source streaming, UI, trade implementations, structs. Enums, no. Alright, so we connect. Connect with config, disconnect, re-identify, sure. Events, get a stream of events, don't want that. Access API functions related to OBS configs, not what we want. Access general API, hotkeys, inputs, media inputs, outputs, profiles, recording. Get all the scenes. The source. How do we send a request to OBS? Like, how do we actually change something in OBS? That's my big question here. Connect, events, filters, general? Can't imagine it's in general. We have version stats, broadcast custom event, a custom event to tell all WebSocket client, no. Call vendor request, call request registered to a vendor. Vendor is unique name registered by a third party, no. We don't want to call something else. Profile, recording, scene items. Alright, so we're already in client.scene items, right? Client.scenes, yeah, that's where we started. Client.scene items. So what can we do with client.scene items? Client.scene items dot private settings. Oh, hang on. Private settings. Over here we want the scene. Type. No. Scene. And we want chat. And then, of course, because I'm so smart. We also need to print this, and I need to fix whatever the heck's going on there. Alright, expected I36 got C9s. Alright, that's fair. That's fair. Get dot. Let's see chat again. Get dot ID. So that should be half the errors fixed. Futures output. Alright. So that's another error fixed, hopefully. Expected scene. Yeah, so you should be into scene. Trade OBS request scene ID following implement trace convert from. Huh. Wait, do you need to be mutable? Not mutable, actually. Borrowed. Help if I borrow you? It does not. It most certainly does not. Okay. Scene dot to owned. Implements the nee? Doesn't explain shit. Alright. Required by a bound introduced to this call. Requires by a bound introduced to this call. Dot to owned? That can be it. You still have the same thing. Okay. That's fair, that's fair. Let's just remove it all, go back to scene, and actually read the error this time. Because scene is right? Actually, you need to be borrowed, I think. Is that allowed? Yeah, that's allowed. Mismatch types, expected scene ID, found scene. Alright. So if I do this, just... Alright, that's not allowed. Into colon into. No, that doesn't work. That's weird. It worked earlier. Oh wait. We don't want the scene. We want the scene. Alright. Hang on. Let scene ID equals wait, this seems ridiculous, mostly. Just... You should be dead, right? Yeah, okay. Scene ID... You should be... Scene.id. And over here... Kind of weird you don't give a warning, because I'm definitely not using you. So can I go like scene ID here? And if I remove... Oh no, that's... No, that's wrong. If I just go scene ID, you're gonna be mad at me, right? Into call the into on this, alright, but I can't call it over here because you don't know what you're supposed to be. Oh, but I can tell you what you're supposed to be. So I can go like this. I can do into. I cannot find a scene underscore ID. Can't find scene ID in the scope. That's fair. Because it should be like this. And then you still can't find it because I don't import it. Right? Yeah, right. Okay. Unused import. Consider using one of these items. Yes, I'm working on it. Use OBWS responses. Scene underscore. No underscores there. It's just scene ID. There we go. Alright. Remove unnecessary generics. Take 0. But what? Oh. Sorry, removed too much. Okay. Well, it was a good idea. Sadly, it didn't work. But I know what I did wrong, and it was all me. It was all I. Because it should be seen. Hang on. Scene.id. And over here we don't just want the whole scene, we want the scene.id. Ah, dang it. Alright, what's going on? Can't satisfy Twitch type annotation needed. Why do you need a type annotation? You just do this. Pub scene. No, wait. Do we do this? Set private settings. Not set private settings. You want to get private settings. Scene items dot private settings. Okay. This is set private settings. But we're not looking for those. You want to go on scene items. We have a scene item here. And in here we want to get private underscore settings. Private settings. Pub async private settings self. Scene is scene ID. Where T gets private scene item settings. Okay. Alright, but that's fine. That's fair. Because you want to know what you should be turning into. And there should be something that helps us to get that. Request information for that. Okay. Is there like a private settings thing? Set private settings. I want like a type. No, not a method. A type. Scene items. OBWS. Is there a error events request responses? Request. No, that's a request. But I want. Is it in common? It's not in common. Docs. It might be in responses. I just want a list of types, honestly. I just want all the possible types that I could set or get. Sources, scene items, scene collection, recording profiles, outputs, media, inputs, general config. Responses related to scene items. You have something? Scene item? Scene item, and you don't have a private config. Dang it. You don't have private settings. Let's search in this thing. Private. Method struct. Set private settings? No. OBS client, set private settings builder. Scene items. This is a method? But you need a generic. I don't know what you get back. OBS OBS scene item private settings. Scene hello there. Scene IP reference OBS scene T core scene item transform item crop structure signal scale item functions. Scene item transform crop structure is not what we want. Order info scene signals. Now this is things that we can do with the scenes. Functions group this is not what I want. That's close to what I want, but it's not exactly, so it's not close enough. But I need type OBS scene T. Reference counted scene object. Reference counted scene object item. Okay. General functions. Well, my biggest question is what kind of item should I get back? Source type is input. Because I'm getting scene items, client scene items, private settings. Which are like, oh, you just get back a generic, don't worry about it. I'm worrying about it because you make me worry about it. What are your typings? I need types, I need enums. Do I need enums? Might also need something else. I'm bad at terminology. UI stream config. Config. Oh shit, it's also add time. Okay. I'll keep struggling. What are your structs? I think it's a struct I want. Parameters, return types. Default, type position, no. Alright. Private. It was not in names, it's not in parameters, not in return types. What are you, kind sir? What are you? Cannot specify notation. Consider specifying the generic argument. Alright, so what if I just do like T? What do you tell me? I cannot find type T. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Cannot satisfy deserialized own. Cannot satisfy underscore Twitch authorization underscore deserialized owned. Because you do get back a deserialization or assert thingamajig. Wait, once again, you are in client, scene items, private settings. Private settings, there you are. And you just return a, where T is deserialized owned. As deserialized without borrowing any data from deserialization. It's primarily for trade balance and functions. Alright, that's over and I'm still struggling. I don't know what I should, like, it obviously expects me to define a type. Like, hey, this is what you're getting back, which I get. But at the same time, I don't know. Private scene settings, pub agent private settings. You get a scene ID and you return a real T, where T is deserialized owned. Scene item setting, request private settings. Let me see you. Oh, OBWS. I typed a D instead of an S. That's absolutely my bad. Okay. At least request private settings. Alright, let's see if we can find that. Because this should be a request for private settings. That's, yes. Keep these. We go over here, we go to requests and scene items. Oh, not that one. Excuse me. Go back to top. Private, set private, but I don't want to set. I want to get. Why do you only have private setting? Request information for that. Set private setting. Request information for create client scene items. Set private settings. Alright, but that still doesn't tell me anything. Okay. Is there anything in the close? Toggling sources. Verify OBS Studio. Can I get video stream? Connection time iterations. Bit flags. Add serialization to event structs. Might be something. Ooh, hang on. This is kind of what we're working towards. Properties of this. I'm currently trying to use OBWS with search.json, but that's a serialized drive missing on some of the structs easily used with JSON. Seems to be fine, but I'm not 100% sure. Most structs currently only have the bare minimum of traits implemented. For example, you may notice that all traits like hash might be missing. This is because so far you only implement what was strictly needed for the communication with OBS WebSocket itself. I completely agree. It'd be nice to have some extra traitors, making the structs more usable, especially response types. Go through the structs, but they have common derivatives on them where possible, and add a serialized when it's missing. Alright, yeah, you do have a lot of serializations added, but I'm still missing the types. Can I find this? Alright, if I go like this. OBS. Text for template, text source. Alright. Text sources. Do we have any text GDI plus? Alright, but do we have an API for this? Keyboard short, power of projection, OBS Studio, sources. OBS. Text GDI plus. Text GDI plus. API? No. Reference. Oh, hello there. References. Okay. Let's. Text GDI plus. Okay. OBS source create private with that and settings. OBS date string add a source. Create a source and add it to that. Okay. Do we have something about GDI plus in here? Just something about GDI. I'd be so happy if I get GDI. Alright, core graphics API. Create GDI height with. GDI? Create GDI interrupt texture. Nah. Nah. Front-end API? I don't think that's gonna help a lot. No, that's not. Oh, hold on. I don't want to close this tab yet. We're not done yet. We have source read from an Excel file. Text GDI with templates. Now with conditional rendering, bug fixes, no. Fisher, okay. Move from Twitch to text file. Lobster API wrapping to simplify OBS scripts. Trying to do. Okay, hold on. Source name, text. Alright, so what if, just if I go struct GDI, and all I put in there is hold on. Why does my tab go there? Text and text will be a string. Is allowed. Should it be like this? Been a while since I made a struct. Struct fields are. Oh yeah, no semicolons at the end. Struct GDI should have an upper camel case. You can have your upper camel case, Mr. Sir GDI. Okay. Then I want to make this seri. How did we do serialization again? My lord, it's been so long for some of these. Which models, web type. Yeah, it's like this. Deserialize. Yeah, okay. So we just get that. We dump it into main. Actually, I would like some debug. And then we do use cert underscore JSON deserializer. No, just deserialize. And that's not cert JSON, that's just cert. And then theoretically, in here, GDI. Move out. Nani? Oh, that's fair. Yeah. Because I didn't borrow it. So we go over here and we say borrow. There it is. So borrow that. We go over here. Do a little borrow over here. I mean, it's not giving an error. I doubt it's gonna be working, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm guessing it's gonna be errors. Error, deserialize, missing field text. Serialize. Alright, search deserializing unknown structure. For example, you're deciding YAML to an unknown instruction. If you need to write state to serial there. I could try this. I could try this. So could we do like hang on, come back. Yeah, there we are. Search JSON value. I don't care what you are, I just want you deserialized. That's honestly my point. We'll figure out what it actually is later. Oh, we get an empty object. God dang it. It just says okay object. Deserialize JSON object with unknown keys. Oh, we can try this. You can see what this does. We just make the little. We just say string, and we do instead of search JSON. We do hashmap string value. Hashmap string value. Oh, just hashmap string. Oh yeah, and then JSON value. Oh, yeah, there we go. Method takes one generic argument. Oh, it's a hashmap. Excuse me. It should be hashmap string search JSON value. Then I do probably need to import use hash map. Where's hash map? I think it's an std, right? Std hash. No, that's just hashing. Rust hash map. Collections, there it is. I knew it was an std, that's something. Collections hash map. Save it. So theoretically, we should get something in here. If we don't get anything, I'm gonna be sad. Ah, it's empty. Why is it empty? Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Dang it, deal. Scene item private settings. So you get a scene ID, I give you an item ID. Where T is deserialized owned, but I don't know what that is. Responses. Scene item set. What's scene item settings? Hello? Public create scene item settings, settings T. Okay, but what else? Scene item transform. Scene item transform. Source types, okay. Scene item list, scene item ID. But I do need a little bit more, you know. Scene item settings T. That's just like settings. No. Response value for create client scene items. I don't know what's supposed to be in the T. What's the T, sis? Hmm. Okay. I should design like get with the. Whew. I don't even know what I should do, man. Would expect something like this. Like this seems like my OBS with OBS WebSocket responds to a get text GDI plus. Hang on, let me actually look. How old is this code? Oh, hello Dominique. I didn't want to open that, but here we are. 9 months, last month. It should be relatively up to date. I'd expect. But I don't know why. I don't know. Response failure for that? No. I mean, it is the response value for that. I'm not denying that, but it doesn't really tell me anything. It's like settings D. There should be a settings. Hang on. Shouldn't there be in that case? It's not that one. Excuse me, it's this one. Shouldn't I be like instead of this? No, search value. There should be at least a settings. Can I see what the response is? Hang on. File, open, recent, this one. Can I maybe in here? Let me just go to all the way down. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Just go to the end. What's all the way at the end? Over here. Oh, hello there. OBS WebSocket, outgoing message, request ID, request status, request type, scene items. Yes. Get scene item list. Okay, yeah, almost. Browser source. Input kind is text GDI plus that. Could be, oh no, that's the like add thing imaging. OBS WebSocket debug on message, incoming message, request data of scene item ID 21 with this. Get scene item oh, hello there. Outgoing settings. There is nothing. There is nothing. Okay, so it's actually showing me what's in there. There just happens to be nothing. Why is there nothing? Alright. Okay. So we're just looking in the wrong place. You know, fine. That's a little bit annoying, you know, tiny bit, but maybe there's a public settings. Scene items. What do the scene items have otherwise? Let's go from the top. We have scene items. That's where we are. We can list them. We know which one we want, so that's fine. We don't want the ID. We don't get the source associated with an item. Okay, we don't want that. We don't want create a one. We don't want to remove it. We don't want to duplicate it. I don't think we don't want to. Actually, let's just have a look. I'm just interested at this point. Let's just comment this all out. And scene items, we're gonna get transform. I want to get the transform settings. Scene will be into ampersand scene underscore dot ID. I think that's it, right? No, you need an item ID, so that's chat.id. Save it. Expected to argue function text 1. Oh, excuse me. Put that in the wrong spot. Alright, let's see what this does. What's all the transform values that we have on this item? Alright, so that's stuff. We have a source width, source height, position X, position Y, rotation, scaling, width, height, alignments, bound type, bound alignment, bound width, okay. It doesn't actually, you know, is what we want, but at least there's information there. Get blend mode, set blend mode, get private settings, set private settings, and that's it. Is there nothing else here? Hang on, I'm gonna go back. Gonna go back to this one. Gonna inspect that little chat message. Where are you? Because if I want to change the text, I do need to go. Where is it? Not. Oh, it's there. Properties. It's like in properties. It's where I have to look is called properties. But it's not private settings. It's like properties. Wait, hold on. Isn't that's technically from the source? Hold on a second, hold on a minute, hold on an hour. I don't want to go to client, I want to get source. What do the sources tell me? What are the sources? Sources, active, take screenshot, save screenshot. Is that all you do? Is that all I can do from you? Because over here, let's see, we have the scene item, source name chat, source type input, input guide, some text this, is group none. Alright, I don't want a screenshot. I don't want any of this. So that's not it. Oh, I didn't want to go to that source either. Okay, so what else do we have that might be useful here? Hotkeys, inputs. I think the inputs are like... Oh wait, media inputs? What counts as media inputs here? That's a good question. Media input. Set cursor, offset cursor, trigger action. I don't think that's it. Don't think that's it, chief. Into text error, WebSocket message was not convertible to... No, that's just a generic error. Media output. It's still a source, you know, but sources are so limited in what they can do. No transition to the user interface. I doubt it. Video mode, open properties dialog, filters, list monitors, open video. Yeah, well, open properties dialog doesn't really work, especially not of an input. What the heck? Well, hold on. You have an input ID, source name, source type. Source type is input. What can we do with the source type input? Is there any like request related to inputs? Request related to input. Thank you. Set settings. Hello. Hang on. If there is a set settings, request information from quiet input set settings. Okay. OBS set settings. If there's a set settings, there might also be a get settings. Okay, how do I get an input ID? How do I get an input ID? As name, as UID, as source. Okay, no. Inputs. List kinds. List. Okay, let's start by listing out just the inputs. I want to know all the inputs. What do you count as an input? Let input list equals client dot input client dot inputs dot list dot await question mark semicolon. Wait. What do you want? What's your input? Option string kind. Oh, kind. We know the kind. It's down here. Input kind is text underscore GDI plus v3. That what you want? Mismatch types, STD option. Okay. We go down here. And instead of all this, just gonna remove this. We can get away with this. And instead of doing this, we're gonna go chat. Chat dot input kind. And then we go print line with the input list. Save it. Format. Yeah, okay. That's fair. Alright, so we have that. And then over here. Ampersand. Oh no. Alright, sdref, whatever. We'll just do the little s underscore dref. Converts from option T to that makes sense, yeah. Alright, so theoretically, hang on, let's go run it again. We should get a list of all the inputs that are text inputs. I should have like 2 or 3. Because we have, let's see, we have chat. We have chat. Why do you have chat twice and no others? My ad should, my little ad notification should be in the same one. Hang on. It's gonna go black again because I want to check this overlay. Ads are properties. Oh, yes, these are sliding, so I don't think they count. Wait, are you? I don't even know. I set this up like a year ago. I don't know, man. I don't remember. It's been a year. Anyway, so then we get the input list. We await that. Then we have, hang on, this is iterable. Then we want to find something in here. .iter.find. We have an input. And input dot, where are you? Input dot id dot uuid equals equals you should be get dot id. Alright, we're gonna put a little if in front of this. If let input that. If all that. We're gonna print it. It's not gonna be input list, it's just gonna be input. Else we're gonna just print fill, print line, fill, semicolon, save. Oh no! Cannot compare UUID with I64. Okay. Do you have something like that? You don't. Name is message input chat UUIG DTI plus and version text. Source type input source name. Input dot Oh shit, it's, I'm sorry, I didn't even notice the ads. Input.id.name equals chat.name? Dot source name. Alright, but it's still kind of annoying. I can't immediately link these two. Lord. Oof. Alright. Welcome back. It's done. And I found it. I found the little input. Apparently this is called an input, which sounds kind of weird to me because it's not traditional input. There's an input of kind, what's it called? Text GTI plus V3. Which just means it's text. It's a fancy name for saying it's text. Alright, can I go input dot setting? No. No, that's not a thing apparently. Alright, so now we have the input. Now what we need. Oh my lord. Not getting easier. Okay, so we say client dot inputs. Wait, that's where we did. Over here, we got an input. This is type input. We're working with struct inputs. Dot settings self input. Alright, we got the input. Now we can go client inputs settings input dot ID. Oh, and we need to wrap that in an into because I don't know the proper way of doing that. Save it. For now, my goal is to just be able to like, wait, what? This is some kind of input settings. What do you have in input settings? Settings kind response value for that. Okay, but do you need me to tell you what? Just want input settings. I want all of them. Hook, line, and sinker, please. Hang on. Yeah, you can reload this. What's in there? What do we get? All the way at the bottom. No, that's not how I go to the bottom. It's just dragging this down. And then up again. Let's see an item disabled. In NS overlay. No, this is probably outgoing event. Okay, this is probably something entirely different. Alright, so you need to be told what you need to go into. So what if we just start out with search JSON value, just any value. Just put it in a value, it's fine. Consider using a semicolon. Okay, that's fair. There we go. Can move out. Alright, that's also fair. You're making a lot of proper arguments. And then there's one more that should be... Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna print this. We're just gonna print it. We'll see what happened with it. Actually, instead of printing, I should probably just go debug because I'm lazy. DBG. And we add a little bracket over there. Unuse, must use, result, whatever. I don't care. I'm not gonna use it right. We'll use it eventually, just not right now. Just want to see what's in there. Okay, we get input settings. Yeah, you can reload. I don't really care, honestly. Okay, so we get the input settings. Then input settings equals input settings, yes. So we get the input settings. The next step is setting the input settings. Alright, what's all this? This is the struct for input settings. That's not what we want. We want to go to inputs and then we want to go to set_settings. Alright, and what we want in here, settings, text. So theoretically, just, you know, basically spitballing it. We should be able to go clients. Wait, what's set settings? You want an input ID and you want the settings, and I don't know what overlay means, man. Oh, apply settings on top of existing one or reset the input to its defaults, then apply settings. Okay. Which one's which? It doesn't help me out. Okay, anyway, clients. Client dot inputs dot set underscore settings. Let's set settings. There could be of type. Sorry, you're gonna be set underscore settings of type set settings. Wait, hold on. I might have just imported the wrong one. Let's go again. Client inputs set settings. No, that's one more. Let set underscore settings. You're gonna be of type set settings of an input. There we go. I don't know what these mean. This one, set settings. No. Underscore string. So your input is gonna be the input ID, input.id. Then we have settings. Oh wait, you need a semicolon there, semicolon. Settings is gonna be I don't know what I need to pass here. I don't know what you expect from me. AT, this, I'm having a hard time. Parsing this. If we go string here. Expected identifier found that. Wait, do you need to go like this? Oh lord. Alright, I gotta be honest guys, I'm a little bit too cooked to finish this off right now. I really wish I could, but I'm just feeling my brain slip away. So I'm gonna call it quits here. And we'll probably continue with this next time. we're definitely gonna get it going next time. There's gonna be a lovely chat message there for a very long time, I'm afraid. Alright. Anyway, thanks everybody for being here. Thank you for following, lurking, just hanging around. I do appreciate it as always. I had a lovely time. I'll be back Thursday, doing some games. I don't know what yet. We'll figure it out. And for now, I'll give you over to... Hang on, let me just quickly look what else is going on here. Anybody in here? I don't think so. I'm just gonna hand you over to Lucy. She's doing some VR stuff. She's a lovely lady, so wish her my best. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I hope to see you Thursday.